It is to be the world's most advanced defense system. Its key components will be located in space. All this so that no one can directly threaten the United States with any missile attack. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced the start of construction of the Golden Dome, which is expected to be ready before the end of his term. What is this system, and why is it causing quite nervous reactions in Beijing, Moscow, and Iran? This was the biggest test of the world's only complex missile defense system. Last year, Iran launched several hundred missiles toward Israel. Most of them were intercepted and destroyed by the so-called Iron Dome.
Israel has multiple missile defense systems, and the world is paying a lot of attention to them as the Israel-Hamas war and the wider regional tensions escalated by it continue. Now, Israel's systems are broadly known under the name Iron Dome, but that's just one system. It targets short-range rockets, the kind that are typically fired by Hamas militants in the Gaza Strip or sometimes by Hezbollah in the north. Those missiles are intercepted by that system.
What Israel's Iron Dome can do with medium and short-range rockets has been the envy of many countries around the world for years. Europe has tried to build a similar system, but so far it has ended with announcements without specifics. In contrast, the Americans who co-developed the Iron Dome in Israel are just opening a new era in this field.
2, 1. Watchtower.
In the campaign, I promised the American people that I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield to protect our homeland from the threat of foreign missile attack. And that's what we're doing. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we have officially selected an architecture for this state-of-the-art system that will deploy next-generation technologies across the land, sea, and space, including space-based.
The Golden Dome, the more than $170 billion system, is expected to cover not only the United States, but also Canada. Major U.S. arms manufacturers are participating in the project. According to announcements, part of the system will be placed in space, which has already attracted the attention of historians. The Strategic Defense Initiative, nicknamed the Star Wars, was a program announced in the early 1980s by President Reagan that was supposed to definitively bury the Soviet nuclear blackmail drive. It was Reagan who opted to build a system capable of knocking down missiles in space. The project was loudly criticized at the time by one of the senators, Joe Biden, and finally was extinguished a decade later by President Bill Clinton. Today, the construction plan is so ambitious that the dome is expected to be ready within the next 3 years.
We will truly be completing the job that President Reagan started 40 years ago, forever ending the missile threat to the American homeland, and the success rate is very close to 100%, which is incredible when you think of it. You're shooting bullets out of the air.
The announcement of the Golden Dome plan prompted an immediate reaction from Beijing and Moscow, with both capitals declaring it an attempt to reactivate the arms race and a threat to global peace. This violates the principle that the security of all countries should not be threatened and undermines the global strategic balance and stability. China is seriously concerned about this. We urge the United States to abandon plans to develop and deploy a global missile defense system as soon as possible. This strategic balance is nothing more than depriving China of its main negotiating capability, which is the possession of nuclear warheads. The Americans can wipe out the arguments of strength of all opponents, whose potential has always had to be taken into account. The rise of the Golden Dome could prove to be a game changer, not only in terms of American security, but also in terms of negotiating position on the geopolitical stage.